the case that you don't get a chance to meet and greet with us just yet, here's a great video for you to see a little bit more about what our services are all about. Hi guys, it's Lexi Snyder with Inventive Events, and it's Wedding Wednesday, that hump day of the week where we keep your wedding plans on track. So you probably came across us online either scouring late at night for Houston wedding coordination services, or maybe you stumbled across our newsletter in your inbox. Bottom line here is that you're looking for more information on our wedding planning and coordination services, and this is the spot to be. So today we're going to discuss a little bit more about our comprehensive wedding coordination services, which can breathe as big or as little a client may need. But first, make sure to go to our website at www.inventiveeventshouston.com and sign up for our newsletter where you can get helpful videos like this and weekly tips in your inbox. All right, here we go. We'll start off with how all of our wedding coordination clients are fully supported by a lead coordinator and an assistant. One of the most common questions we get is, hey, Inventive Events, what's the difference? The difference is by no means experience, but more so by who you're going to see in those final weeks of coordination. Your lead coordinator you're going to see for your face-to-face meeting, your site survey, your rehearsal if you have one, so you're building that relationship and that trust with them during those final weeks, and you're going to see your experienced assistant on the day of. Our minimum recommendation is 2 for every event, and that is simply because during that time of your prelude, which is 30 minutes before your ceremony, and leading all the way up until dinner is a heavy demand time for your coordination team. And so we always say we love, love, love our clients, both the bride and grooms, but we also really love their family, their bridal party, their guests, and their vendors. And so we want to make sure that it's a truly wonderful experience for them, and we really want to make sure that we're able to support them during those high peak periods. The next service in our coordination package is that face-to-face meeting. It's one of our favorite meetings, but it's also such a vital part of the coordination process. It's typically a 90-minute meeting where we sit down with you and we're extracting all of that data from your brain and all that information that you've compiled and worked on throughout the engagement process. It's what we call data mining, and we're going to help you organize it into a good game plan for the day of. A common concern a bride might have is, I don't even know what to tell you. What will I even know what to say at this meeting? No problemo. Your lead coordinator is going to know exactly what to ask for and what information they need to get from you, so that way we can go back to the drawing board and get it all nicely organized for a good game plan on that day of. One of the other meetings we have with our coordination clients is going to be that site survey. And oh, we love site surveys. And the cool thing too is that no matter how many times we've worked in any of the venues, we're going to go with you as if it's the first time there. We're going to talk about the timeline ideas and layout ideas and how they interact with each other, because every wedding planner knows they interact with each other. And we're also going to be able to talk about tablescapes. So anywhere from the chargers to silverware to goblets to table numbers, reserve signs, centerpieces, and all those fun romantic details, we're going to be finalizing there at that site survey with you. So once the site survey is complete, your lead coordinator heads back to the drawing board and starts drafting up your timeline and your layout to send on over to you for final approval. And once that happens, it's bada boom, bada bing, baby. And it all goes out to your vendors so we can start lining up these little chickadees in a row and make sure that we're gonna have an amazing wedding. Up next is managing those vendors in those final weeks. And we do what's called a contract analysis. Sayo. And that's whenever we're going to take your contracts and we're going to review them, and we're going to make sure that there's nothing missing and there's nothing overlapping, and it all jives with your vision on the day of. We do what's called an intro call with vendors, which is what we do after we review their contract and we're starting to work with you as well as them on the final vision details. As the final weeks progress, we then send vendors all of the final details, and clients just absolutely love this aspect of our coordination services. And it's because it simply takes all of those 8 to 12 vendors a wedding typically shares and consolidates it into one convenient spot for all of our clients in those final weeks of coordination. Another service in our coordination package is going to be that rehearsal coordination, and we just love talking about rehearsals with our clients because we know not everybody falls into the same category. And so there are 3 categories, and the first category is going to be where a client gets to access their venue for the 1 hour. It's the day before, the week before, but it's generally a traditional format. We'll get to be there, we'll have the bridal party there, and we'll get to go through all the logistics like you traditionally would see a rehearsal in the past. The second category is going to be where the client does not get to access the venue the night before, but they are hosting it off-site somewhere where space permits. So what we'll still do is be able to go through a mock through of the rehearsal, and we'll set up 2 chairs to symbolically show the first rows and the width of an aisle. And we'll go through the logistics, whether it's how we're giving away the rings, how we're giving away the bride, what's the maid of honor to do, are we having any unity segments we need to transition during the ceremony, and all of that fun stuff to where it's still vital for muscle memory to get everyone going. The third category is going to be whenever a client doesn't necessarily get access to the venue, but they still decide to do something small and off-site, and although space doesn't permit for a walkthrough, our coordinators still find it extremely valuable to be there. Why? Because they're going to give some great special announcements and reminders to your friends and family, but most importantly, they're going to be able to introduce themselves. So again, no matter what category you might be in for your rehearsal, keep this in mind to know that there's still value in your coordinator coming by and meeting your family and your bridal party. One of the next things we love to highlight in our coordination package is issue resolution on the day of. And we take such pride in this bullet point because of the fact that we are absolutely committing to excellence and experience for all of our clients when it comes to this. We know in event planning that you can cross all your T's and dot all your I's, but event planning at the end of the day is really about risk mitigation and not so much about risk elimination. So one of the favorite things that we love to ask when we're hiring other coordinators is, hey, give us a success story. Give us a time where you ran out of resources or you had resources that were extremely limited and you had to overcome an obstacle that you did not expect on a wedding day. This is going to give you great insight into your coordinator and the breadth of experience that they can bring to your wedding. Last but not least is setup and breakdown. And it's one of the most common questions we get whenever it comes to coordination, where a bride and groom absolutely know that one of the things they want to avoid is setup and breakdown. And so not a problem, we got you covered. So we handle all the laborious part of the setup, and this is another great reason why we love going to the rehearsal, is that so we can inform the family of this fact. And let me tell you, the expression is always, whoo, thank goodness. So when we talk about setup, we're talking about essentially all of your personal decor. So this includes your bridal flutes, your cake topper, your sign-in table, your memory pictures, and any other additional things that you have coming on site for the day of. Breakdown, on the other hand, it goes quick, and it's in 1 hour, and vendors are good at it. Breakdown includes taking all of your personal decor and safely packing it away and putting it into your point of contact's car, as well as managing all of the vendors to make sure that they exit appropriately. So that about covers our comprehensive coordination services, and again, it can breathe as big or as little as any client needs. So let's wrap this bad boy up. Our comprehensive coordination services again include a minimum of 2 team members, which is a lead coordinator as well as an experienced assistant. We also include face-to-face meetings where we're getting all those final details from you to help you organize your game plan for the day of. We include a site survey where we're establishing details for your timeline and layout and getting those documents drafted for you. We also include a rehearsal coordination, whether you're having it there at the venue or having it elsewhere off-site. We include managing your vendors in the final weeks as well as on the day of. We're there to help you troubleshoot and resolve any issues that might sprout up on that day. And then last but not least, we're going to be including that setup and that breakdown for your bridal party and family. So thanks again for stopping by and watching this video, whether you're taking a quick sneak peek at work or maybe you were sitting there late at night in bed looking for wedding vendors online. Point is that we appreciated you being here, and thank you so much again for letting us elaborate on our comprehensive coordination services. If you have any questions, contact us at inventiveeventshouston@hotmail.com. From our company to you, have fun and be inspired throughout this engagement process. And above all, happy planning. Testing on the volume, testing on the volume, testing on the camera.